Welcome everyone to DROD'S MMA and Boxing. I was reading the comment sections this week about Gilbert Burns in Twitter and Instagram, and a lot of people were like, Gilbert Burns is boring. Gilbert Burns is a dry humper. I was like, what? Not my dude. I said, let me check this out. Let me go in here and analyze and break this down and see if I can help people understand a little bit about what happened in there. And y'all be the judge. Y'all put in the comment section and tell me what y'all think. Listen, if you've never fought a karate guy who's rangy, you would never know how difficult it is. I mean, it is a very difficult fight. And I feel like a lot of people forgot how good Gilbert is, and all his finishes he's been able to accomplish in his career. He's known for Jiu Jitsu, but over the past few fights, he's actually been putting a lot of work in on these hands, and he's become a really good knockout artist. He's been knocking guys out, and he's been doing everything he can to finish every fight. It's not in his persona to win by points, not in jiu-jitsu tournaments nor MMA. In fact, he has 8 wins by submission and 6 by knockout. So he's a finisher basically. 70% of his wins come by finishing, either by submission or knockout. So he's not one of them guys that leave this fight in the hands of the judges. Now, what has to be taken into consideration is the reach advantage. Wonderboy Thompson had both the reach, and he had the reach advantage basically. And a lot of people don't understand how difficult that is to get in there and fight a guy who is taller than you, who's rangy, who's got good footwork, good movement, understand angles, who's able to catch you and counter you as you're coming in and switch stands and move on you. Things that are not common in MMA is very, this punch right here is something that's common in karate style of fighting. The jabbing side kick that catch you coming in. I mean, it's not common in MMA. It's not common in Muay Thai. So, Gilbert's very lucky that he didn't even get his ribs broken. I've seen guys get their ribs broken of trying to rush a karate guy. And so it was this jab step. He's setting it up, and boom, he gets in close. And that's how Gilbert was able to make the adjustment um, with the footwork. He was able to move and fake up top, and that's how he was able to get in there and get that takedown, because Wonderboy Thompson was thrown off by the head feints and the, uh, the jab steps that he was throwing. Now, this is very vitally important. So grappling is a game of inches. Here you're going to see, it's hard to see, but Gilbert has control of Wonderboy Thompson's hand. And the reason why is because he's trying to prevent this. He's trying to prevent himself from getting knocked out. Now, he jumps down. He tries to time it. Wonderboy Thompson goes down with him. He has the wizard. Gilbert immediately comes back up, and he gets control of that hand again. And this is a game of inches. He's going to look for his takedowns, and he's going to set him up with these knees. He's softening him up. You're thinking, oh, these knees don't hurt. And you can see Wonderboy reacting to it because he doesn't want his legs to get tired. He needs his legs to stay at bay. As soon as his legs come in, Gilbert steps over, pulls his hips off the cage, run the pipe, gets the takedown. It was all set up because of those knees. Again, this is a game of inches. You can see Wonderboy's legs is spread out. Gilbert's hips is on the left side. He can't do the takedown. Wonderboy is very long. So Gilbert is going to set him up with his knees and then pull the hips off the cage and run the pipe. Again, here you go. He's not selling. He's trying to go in for the mount. He can't, because Wonderboy's got his legs as a wedge in between him and Gilbert's body. Gilbert has to be very careful, because if he's trying to be too anxious in movement, he can get turned, because Wonderboy is a taller fighter, which is going to cause Gilbert to spread out more and compromise his base. Gilbert did go for a punch, and that movement allowed Wonderboy to retain guard. He's going to use his leg to now get himself back to the cage. And that's going to make it difficult for, I won't say difficult, but it's pretty much going to limit Burns to one side. And it's easier to defend off that one side. Gilbert is throwing these punches because he's not trying to settle, and he's trying to really go for the knockout. It sets up for Wonderboy to get back to his feet. Again, he's throwing hard punches. Wonderboy could not get to his feet if Gilbert wasn't trying to go for the knockout. Wonderboy, look at this, left hand up. That means he was very skilled, and even though Gilbert was trying to go for the knockout, he couldn't because Wonderboy was very skilled. He never stopped attacking. In fact, the takedown was his second option. It wasn't even his first option. You can see here, he actually going for this hook. This hook sets up for the second takedown. Look at the time, 34 seconds in. That means he actually spent the whole round trying to stand Wonderboy, trying to knock him out. The takedown was set up because he threw that hook earlier. Wonderboy stands up, and he's trying to evade because he thinks he's about to get hit again. But Gilbert is going to switch it on him and go for the takedown. It was a beautiful setup. Gilbert had been going high the entire round, and that sets up this beautiful takedown where Gilbert takes him down. Again, Gilbert, every time he punches, it allows Wonderboy to be able to move. And again, with 22 seconds in, Gilbert has to do a lot of movement to be able to finish a fight. If he was trying to stall, he wouldn't be trying to throw no punches. He would just try to hold Stephen Wonderboy Thompson down for the remainder of the round, considering the fact he already had the takedown. And so here's a beautiful takedown here, basic jiu-jitsu. Wonderboy makes a mistake and allows Gilbert to get too close to him. And Gilbert lifts those hands up, and he goes right in for the takedown. That high guard is what set that up. Here you can see Gilbert steps over, goes for the body lock takedown. Now check this out. This is a legit takedown. You'll see it used more often by jiu-jitsu practitioners than anyone else, where they scoop that leg and they go for a takedown. Here, Damien goes for it. He doesn't get it, but it sets up the back take. Gilbert is going to move this over. Wonderboy defends it and allows him to get the body lock takedown. That was the combination that was used. Wonderboy Thompson ends up into this side control. And it's interesting because of his height, he can use that hand to go over Gilbert's head and control Gilbert a little bit more. Now, Gilbert, because he used that body lock, he ended up in a double unders, and that's not what he wanted. He also has Wonderboy Thompson threatening this escape, so he has to move very slowly because he'll lose all this hard work. He'll lose the position. He literally has to move in inches. As you see there, again, he wants the head and arm control, but he can't get the head and arm control because Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is resisting it. So he throws the punches. It sets up for Wonderboy Thompson to get his back against the cage. Here he tried to use his knee to separate Thompson's hand so he can ground and pound. Thompson bridges into that direction and allows him to get to his feet. Again, you can see he's clearly trying to finish the fight. He can't finish the fight because Wonderboy Thompson's defense is pretty good. He takes these punches here, sets up the guillotine because Wonderboy drops his head. He goes for the guillotine, but he can't grasp his hand because of the MMA-sized gloves. And that allows him to go back to the mat, and then Gilbert goes ham and finish the fight. So in other words, Gilbert was actually doing everything he possibly can to finish the fight. It's just that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was a good fighter, and we got to give respect to where it's due. To say that Gilbert was born in dry humping is to say that Wonderboy Thompson wasn't doing anything right. And you should be equally excited that Gilbert won, because if Wonderboy would have fought against Kamara Usman, he would have been taken down for 5 rounds possibly, and it would have probably, according to your standard, been a boring fight. Anyway it goes. It's a very skilled fight, a lot of details. I tried to go as fast as I could and get that information to you. There's some other stuff in there that I wanted to share with you. I couldn't. Just basically on time and trying to get hit with no more copyright infringements. Yo, this is DROD'S MMA and Boxing. If you like the video, hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more objective analysis. Peace.